Okay, so President Log 21. I don't really have anything to say, dude. I'm all out of stuff. My main point right now was that I knew something weird was going on. Uh, I knew something pretty weird was going on, but like really, what I got right now is like pretty much two times out of three, or even you could even say two times out of two. I know it's a big difference, but two times out of three or two times out of two. I mean, there's really nobody here. I went through that whole, like I said, grinder. There's nobody out here in the world. I went through that whole grinder. I went through that whole grinder. Not, I mean, whatever is that, God says two or three witnesses or whatever could have taken care of it. Well, I mean, I should have been able to touch, I think, those two or three witnesses, I think, somehow in here. Uh, Somehow in here. There was plenty of witnesses. Uh, but I'll put a link on here just to make sure that that last witness gets touched right there. Because, like I said, it's as if, it's as if, for the amount of response, honestly, that I get, like at all. I only get, I only get I only get basically the feedback patterns. That's just like, it's the same basically micro Nazi. It's the same micro Nazi all day. It's Red Skull. It's Red Skull. Just like in the Marvel comics or whatever, they say, Red Skull is a protege of Hitler, and you should fear Hitler, blah, blah. That's like what Red Skull kind of represents. And then Captain America represents this other thing. And it's also supposed to be come back from World War II. And something in this story was going to connect to World War II as well. Something was. Something was. You weren't going to see all that stuff right there unless one of the two of us was going to connect back to World War II. And like I said, I'll hit my final button right there. I'll hit my final button, but I don't feel too hopeful. But here we go. I'll go ahead and hit that final button just to make sure whatever we got all the buttons. Because, this thing should not have gone on this long. Right? Don't you think? Especially if the right answer, honestly, is whatever is that, is Maggie Zero or something like that. There's no Maggie Zero is a great idea, but that's the hardest person of all time right there. It's just, she was actually born in a garden. But she's a gun. So that's pretty nice. Then that was an actor, right? Instead of her actually doing it. But I'm just gonna make sure whatever that she's not actually just sitting there. That's why I said. That's why I sent somebody to just go make sure that she's not just sitting there, and she should not just be sitting there, because I think we're gonna do a switch on Ronald. We'll just do it anyway. It's just fine. And then this was fine to do. And then this guy can go stay here. So I say all this stuff right now, like, because what's the other thing I know is that technically is that every single day that I've been doing this, every single day that I actually walk around on the earth, he is running ridiculous game behind me. And the game is, like I said, it's ridiculous. And he's going to send you through I guarantee you, he's just going to send you through a whole set of just basically nonsense. Right? Like, basically nonsense. Like, say, like, for instance, like, my parents are clones, right? But he's going to send you through all this nonsense, and he's going to basically wind you up right there at the Neuralink. Right there at the Neuralink. It's already in people's faces. He's already ready to start shysting people about it. But whatever else is like, in order to fix, like, security protocols, even in general, you only need organization. If you're talking security, you're talking organization. If you're talking shield capacity, shielding capacity. If you're talking about the capacity of a shield that you're making, well, now that's like other things. Right? And then even that, you got to get it in your head, you got to figure out first, and then you got to do it. But if you're talking security, we look no further. We have cameras and satellites and all this stuff. All we need to do is be organized with this stuff. Oh, and then we can look at other people's stuff. We don't shield ourselves from that stuff either. We should be shielding ourselves from our own cameras. We should be shielding ourselves from their cameras. And then even then, we don't have to do that either. We have cameras, they have cameras. That's enough. And whatever, and are you running scams on our people? We have laws, you have laws, but we have war, you have war. right? We're not doing that. You're not doing that. So let's not talk about necessarily that right now. But, we have organization, we have cameras and satellites. You have cameras and satellites. We can look up anything, and we have the internet. We have cameras, satellites, and the internet. We can look up anything in the world. I mean, we can tell you if there's aliens. Right? We can stop a crime before it happens. He wants to know. He wants to know honestly. He wants to see honestly your sexual reactions on your face phone. You don't think we can solve crimes up there from the big satellite and all that stuff right there? No, they can stop it. I mean, right before it happens, they're watching all that stuff. He's watching your sex. Like they're watching everything. We talk about the baby or whatever. We talk about that later, but the rest of that I don't think is about how I don't think it was about what he saw. I think it was. I mean, it might even be about what he saw because for what he tells you that he'll never tell you anything. And what will he do? I mean, well, you've got all these conspiracies. And then you have to honestly ask. So, I mean, I just connected a lot of them. I just connected a lot of them actually just through this thing, which is, like I said, I mean, you wonder why my tone sounds like this. It's because this is not possible. Nothing that I'm even saying is even possible. Nothing that I'm even saying is even possible. Not even close. And you hearing stuff from me is not good. But does that mean that you need to go basically rearranging the planet on Ronald McDonald about it? While I'm talking about scary stuff, you want to you want to do something about Ronald McDonald, honestly, or even mind reading or whatever. While I'm talking about this stuff, so that's what I'm saying is he's going back behind my back. He's doing all that stuff all day. I mean, I know how it ends, but he's doing that stuff all day. He's trying to get you honestly to just take one of his little pieces, and it's about that big. Whatever, it's a piece of shit. It's about that big, and it smells. It's stinkier than you can imagine, and it's nothing, and it might even be kind of nice and whatever, and you're gonna get scammed off of it or whatever. You're just gonna get scammed off of that basically whatever it is, piece of shit. And then honestly, and then and it's gonna be kind of nice, whatever, it'll be pornography, right? But you're not one of the porn stars or one of the people honestly investing in the industry. You'll get pornography. That's pretty good. It's like a little bitty thing right there. But I mean, he's gonna watch you while you do it. He's gonna watch every single person while they do it, and then whatever else, and then don't forget. I mean, you got to get married and stuff too. You got to go get married and go get a family and stuff. So, and then don't forget. I mean, don't forget who gave it to you, right? And then this story. I mean, right here. I mean, here's the source right here. And I mean, if I do not do Maggie Zero, dude, if I don't do Maggie Zero, you're not going to do Maggie Zero, dude. If I do not do Maggie Zero, she is going to be a figment of our imagination. Because she touched Ronald and she became a McDouble, dude. That's whatever. You touch the Ronald, you get the Ronald, dude. And whatever else. Well, Ronald just gave us a lot of stuff right now, dude. Ronald gave us a lot of stuff right now. And then you can also tell where Ronald likes to hang out, where it's like a lot more chaotic and like ridiculous. People agree to stuff that was like, what, dude? We don't have nuke defenses. We all publicly honestly say that none of us have it. And if I ask you, that's how I know that like I never sound stupid because I know that when I make a big stink and a stunt, I say, where are our nuke defenses? I say, where are nuke defenses? You say, no sé, we don't have no nuke defenses. We are wise, boy. We don't want to actually have the war. We don't have any nuke defenses. So I know that when I say stuff, I mean, I'm not sounding like ridiculously stupid. We don't have nuke defenses as a deterrent away from war. And what did I see? I mean, we see we don't have nothing. We don't have nothing in the Midwest, dude. But I just did all this stuff. So you got to catch on to my Palma and all that stuff. You got to grab on all that stuff right now. Because we need organization. Can you believe that all this was honestly about organization, whatever, code. You know how much, you know how hard it is to break certain codes, whatever, certain locks. We got people working on that, I think, and I'll make sure people got all their stuff that they should be doing. But whatever, we'll do the like last 10 days of Christmas. This is gonna be amazing. Mag Zero is such a great. Thank you, Mag Zero. Thank you, Mag Zero. I know it was nothing for you. Thank you. But yeah, we'll do all that stuff. I was probably gonna do so much stuff. I mean, making a Maggie Zero is like would not have been the weirdest thing I would have done. But I mean, if she's not my Maggie Zero, and you're gonna try to do some freaking shit with her back there, you need to stop. Whatever you're doing, you need to stop it. I'd say, technically, that's an Alpha Omega order. That you need to stop messing with Maggie back there. In the government. Whatever. You need to stop messing with Maggie. If you see Maggie back there, you need to drop it and you need to leave it alone. If you see a Maggie clown back there, dude, you need to drop it and you need to leave it alone. You're not supposed to be doing that. You're not supposed to be doing that. You're just not supposed to. Why? Well, technically it's because we have everybody accounted for except for two fucking fuckers right here. Maggie and Tyler. And then Tyler's not going anywhere. And there's nothing anybody can do about that. He won't ever do his Christian service. He's gone. Okay, now what? Now we want to let Maggie go down the hole. That's not happening. So if I find out that you're fucking with the Maggie Ronald back there, dude, I'm gonna get really mad, dude. I'm gonna get really mad. So here we go.